Crown Jewel is a few short days away, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting and giving my thoughts and opinions on the event. My name is Andy, I'm a wrestling fan from Ghana, West Africa, and if you do like the content on this channel, then please do subscribe, hit the like button on this video, and hit the notification bell just on the side to make sure you're notified whenever I post a new video. Let's get into it. Now, before I start, I should say that Crown Jewel has 7 matches, not 5, so those of you that were complaining about Triple H booking 5 matches on shows, I hope you're happy. Personally, I never really had a problem with it. It ensured that matches had a higher quality and more time to tell stories in a proper way, but that's just my opinion. First up, we have Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I think this match is going to be very uncomfortable to watch. 2 matches come into mind when I think about this whole scenario and when I think about how Kevin Owens should perform in this match. I'm looking at John Cena versus Brock Lesnar from SummerSlam 2014. That's a bit of a heater, but yeah. And then I'm thinking about Randy Orton versus Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions 2011. That was a very dominant performance if you've seen that match, and you should go see it to see what I'm talking about if you haven't. But nonetheless, I think it should be on par with those types of performances. I do think that Kevin Owens should win this match, because if he doesn't, it wouldn't really establish credibility to this unhinged version of himself that Triple H alluded to on last week's edition of Friday Night SmackDown. It wouldn't justify why Nick Aldis has held Randy Orton back, why WWE management has prevented Kevin Owens from entering buildings. So that's where I'm going to go. Next is the fatal 4-way match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships between the champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, defending against Damage Control's Kairi Sane and Io Sky, against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson of the Metaphor, against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Now, first things first, I'm really happy with how they've built this feud across all 3 brands of WWE television. It's definitely brought some shine to the Metaphor girls. I don't know if they've been called up yet, but if they have, great additions, because the main roster women's divisions, especially for Raw, in terms of tag teams and whatnot, is a little stagnant, and I think you could add these 2 girls to the party. Aside that, and I thought about this a few minutes ago, what if we see a return from Dakota Kai, which enables Damage Control to win the match? Not that they can't do it on their own, but that's just a possibility I've thought about. Unfortunately, I am not thinking about Chelsea Green or Piper winning. I mean, Bianca and Jade have lost the tag team championships in a triple threat match at Clash at the Castle to Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, so that's also a possibility. If Chelsea and Piper were to win, that would definitely be a shocker. But ideally, I would pencil Jade and Bianca to retain. Then there's the United States Championship triple threat match between LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo Hayes. Now look, if you've watched my recent review of SmackDown from last week, links over there, you will know that I did not support how Game 7 ended. I think it needed to have a definitive winner, and the interjection of LA Knight was completely unnecessary. At the same time, I acknowledge that it was probably the smartest way to get them to do the triple threat match. As to who wins, I would say LA Knight. I know a lot of people have been speculating that Logan Paul could show up, but I mean, I don't know. I would expect that LA Knight does retain. He's had more defenses than Logan already. I think he needs to hold the title just a little bit longer. At the same time though, the United States Championship is not guaranteed to be held for a long time. I think that's the downside of having Roman Reigns have a very lengthy title reign. Same for Gunther, in that we expect these very lengthy championship reigns when there's probably a bigger story on the horizon. So I don't know, LA Knight should retain for the time being, but it would be interesting to see either Andrade or Carmelo Hayes get the title. I do think that they will take each other out somehow, and LA Knight will pick the bones. And yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. Then we have Seth Rollins taking on Bronson Reed. This has to be a car wreck of a match. Listen, all I want from this match is multiple tsunamis from Bronson Reed. I do think this has to be the match that makes Seth further doubt the path he is on and further unlocks the darkness that is within him that he's acknowledged Bronson Reed has brought out. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Multiple tsunamis from Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins should lose to him. I do expect that Bronson Reed gets catapulted to minimum the United States or Intercontinental Championship scene. I do think this man is a future world champion, and this is where the journey starts for him. Now to the matches, which I was hoping not to talk about, the matches for the Crown Jewel Championship. Let's start with the Women's Championship match. Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion, taking on Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion. Listen, I don't mean to sound harsh in any way. The Crown Jewel Championships, and this is being nice, the Crown Jewel Championships look a little like the AEW Championships ugly twin. That's just how, in terms of the shape and everything. There's this Pokemon character, Bulbasaur. If Bulbasaur merged with the Stanley Cup, you would pretty much get the Crown Jewel Championship. That's just how I see it. It's a little hard to look at because of all those diamonds. I think like 50 carats of diamonds. That's just overkill. For a title which we are probably never going to see after this event, it makes no sense. I feel like Triple H was stiff-armed into this situation, but I don't know what happened. I just want this match to be over and done with. And if the reports are true, Rhea Ripley is definitely not getting involved in this match because yeah, she's broken her orbital bone. Speedy recovery, Rhea, if that's the case, if you're not being worked. This has the potential to be the women's version of a Bloodline rules match. You could have interferences from both Naomi and Bayley on the SmackDown side of things. You could have Raquel Rodriguez interject herself. You could even have Dominic Mysterio interject himself. Or even, there's the possibility, and what I think should happen, and this is something that has been teased in a way, and let Tiffany Stratton cash in for Nia's WWE Women's Championship. Here's the thing I'm actually realizing as I sit here recording this video. If she's successful, this would be the first cash in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know if they'd want to do that, but yeah, I think they should, honestly. I think Tiffany should grab the win. I think she should have all the pyro and everything. I think Liv should maybe have the smirk, but not be happy about the fact that Tiffany won both titles. You have Tiffany 2 belts. I think that's pretty cool. Let's do it. Then the match between Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, and the undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. Gunther has called Cody this entire feud, and I won't even lie, I kind of agree with a lot of things Gunther says. To be fair, they've tried to put as much gasoline on this feud, but yeah, Cody mentioning that he wanted to win this title for his daughter was, I don't know, it was a little cringe. It also made me start to think that Cody needs to turn heel because I think he does his best work when he's a little unhinged. I think that's where Kevin Owens could get involved. I think Gunther should win. I think it should be some messy finish that allows Gunther to pick the victory. I can't see Cody taking a clean pin. Also, Gunther has been eliminated in both Royal Rumble matches by Cody. I don't know if it was in this year's Royal Rumble, but I know he was eliminated by Cody in the 2023 Rumble. So yeah, he could also clear that debt since he's tending to do that a lot with his championship reign. And then in our main event, we have Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso taking on Solo Sikoa's Bloodline 2.0. The Timu Bloodline. But I don't know which configuration of Bloodline 2.0 they're going to go with. We've seen them leave out Tonga Loa and go with Tamatonga, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa. They could switch things up a bit here, but I do think that Jacob should be part of this match. The interesting bit about this match to me is also the dynamics. You're looking at Roman Reigns, who is trying to work with Jey Uso, who is only tried to start coming back to the fold, but is his own man now. How are they going to relate? What are the tags going to be like? Are egos going to flare up? Will there be unity? How does Jimmy bring their egos down in some sense? So there's just going to be a lot, and especially how is Bloodline 2.0 going to capitalize on these small things? Because we know it's going to happen. We know there's going to be tension between Roman and Jey, but we will see how it plays out. But thank you so much for watching this video. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. Check out this video YouTube is recommending, and I will see you in another one. My name is Andy. I'm signing out. Peace.